Hi, you are about to watch a video on economies of scale with Dr. Stifler and Alex. What are economies of scale, Alex?
They are cost advantages exploited by expanding the scale of production in the long run. Purpose of this is to reduce the long-run average costs over the range of output. Lower costs means improved productive efficiency, therefore lower prices. The decrease in prices means the business gets a competitive edge. The more output sold progressively increases the chances of sales, and the company reaps the benefits of large-scale production. If the company establishes itself as a customer favorite, positive feedback from consumers will expand the customer base, thus raising demand and an increase in production.
What are the 5 types of economies of scale?
They are 1. Purchasing 2. Financial 3. Managerial 4. Technical 5. Marketing. Why don't you explain purchasing, Dr. Stifler?
Sure, purchasing is to do with bulk buying. Buying a large quantity of raw material at a reduced average cost. Example, a large company buying a large supply of Coke cans will get it at a much cheaper rate than a corner shop that will only buy a few. Financial will be explained by Alex.
Financial: big companies are able to lend money at a lower interest rate than compared to a small business. Banks prefer to make big deals as the amount of paperwork required to lend 10,000 is the same as lending 1 million. There are more assets than a small company to repay the loan.
Managerial: in small companies there is only one manager that deals with everything, whereas large companies have a manager in every field, be it finance, marketing and production. This method is more efficient and it also lowers the cost.
Technical is number 4. Only big companies have the finance to afford new technology, so therefore the bigger the company, the more cost-effective it is by making use of large-scale technology. For example, a large supermarket such as Tesco can invest in technology that will improve stock control. However, this may not be viable or cost-efficient for a small business.
Marketing is the last. Large companies can spread their advertising and marketing budget over a large output. They can also purchase their inputs in bulk at a negotiated discounted price, that is, if they have enough negotiation power in the market. Example, major food retailers have buying powers when purchasing supples from farmers and other suppliers. Big firms can spend large amounts of money on the most effective type of marketing, for example television marketing.
Now to explain this economies of scale, this is when a firm gets too large and therefore the long-run average cost rises. This can be due to a lack of control, which can in turn reduce the quality of the output being produced. Lack of cooperation between employees is another factor. Workers in large companies may have a sense of alienation and have a subsequent loss of morale, therefore reducing the quality of the product, and they will not be working as hard.
The other factor in this economies of scale is communication. In large companies is much slower, has to pass many levels before it actually reaches the employee, and also such communication can be sometimes distorted either accidentally or on purpose. There are ways to avoid this economies of scale by providing performance-related pay schemes that provide financial incentives for the workforce, leading to an improvement in industrial relations and a higher productivity.
All of the ones explained previously were internal economies of scale. Now Dr. Stifler will explain to you what external economies of scale are.
External economies of scale are things outside of the business that reduce the long-run average costs, which benefits the companies, such as the availability of skilled workers, contractors and commercial facilities. They are also diseconomies of scale, such as the lack of raw material available and the lack of skilled labor. Now we will talk about the long-run average cost curve, and Alex will explain this.
The long-run average cost curve shows the lowest average cost at which a company is able to produce a given number of output in the long run when all the inputs are variable. If the long-range average cost is decreasing but the output is increasing, the company is experiencing an economy of scale. But on the other hand, if the long-range average cost is increasing and the output is decreasing, the company is experiencing a diseconomy of scale.
Thank you for watching.